Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess from BehatiLife. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we have more exciting stuff to be talking about. Some of my favorite stuff. Not to say that astrology and tarot isn't exciting, because it is. You guys know I'm obsessed. You guys know it is my passion, that I love it so much, and I am like immersing myself in it daily because that's how I roll. But I'm really excited to kind of switch things up and to talk about things that are new, things that are exciting, things that you can bring home, things that you can do, and some of my favorites, because I get asked this a lot. And I know that our spiritual community, our tarot and astrology community and our tribe, that we love discovering new things, that there's constantly new stuff being introduced and put out there for us. And I'm very picky, I'm very particular. So I have this week, or this month I guess, some of my favorite things from June. And I'm so excited. Okay, so the first thing that I have to talk about, and I'm going to just go with it, is Florida water. Now, you probably already have heard of this. You've probably maybe already used it. But I normally would use rose water. Okay, so let me take a step back. What is Florida water? So basically what it is, it's like a cologne water that you can use to thank you to whoever just placed an order. You guys are so awesome. So awesome. But basically it's a cologne water that you can, so what I mean by that is it's a scented water that you can wear to freshen yourself, especially during summer times. I would probably use it on your chest or on your body. I wouldn't use it on your face. It does have alcohol in it. Or you can use it to bless a tarot deck, or you can bless your space with it. Normally, like I was saying before, I would use rose water. Rose water is vibrationally, it just kind of matches with me. It's something that I would put in like a floor wash when I'm creating a floor wash when I'm moving into a new place. Or if I work from home, so if I'm doing a lot of tarot readings or a lot of astrology readings and I'm working with a lot of people's different energy, then I will do like a rose water floor wash. If you need me to put a recipe, to post up a recipe or to create that for you, then feel free to comment or email me at BehatiLife. I'm more than happy to get that going for you. But so rose water just works for me. I use that on my face. I use it in my Miss May beauty spray that's available in my apothecary shop, because energetically it's just clear, it's organic, it's all natural, it's hydrating for the skin, it's beautiful for the skin, it works to attract, it works to build beauty and glamour, and the way that I use it as a glamour spray. However, Florida water is something people have been talking about and using for a long time, and for good reason, but I just am normally, and I've used it before in the past, but I normally do take my time when it comes to stepping away from the things that are my favorites and that I love. And for June, I had to put this as not the top of my list, but one of my favorite things for the month of June, because it just, the smell is awesome, the vibration of it feels awesome. I've been using it pretty much nonstop. I don't know what it is about it this time or for the month of June, but I've kind of gravitated away from rose water only temporarily, and I've been using Florida water. So basically what you do, how you use it is you kind of twist open the cap. It smells really, really delightful. Truthfully, you can put it on your put it on your chest, put it on certain spaces like behind their ear, or in, right here in the arm, like in the crook of your arm, in order to bless yourself, cleanse your energy, cleanse your space. I've put this after I'm done working with a client one-on-one on tarot. I put it on my hands. As soon as my hands are wet, it evaporates pretty quickly, and it just kind of leaves this like cleansed scent. If what I recommend, if you're going to use Florida water like this, then you want to bless it beforehand. Bless it with love and light. Do it on a new moon or a full moon, whatever works for you, just that you have that, so that you have that extra energy and vibration attached to it. I personally pick up on vibrations very easily, and I feel like if you go to a shop and you pick this up, whether you're going to a new age shop or if you're going to like a boutique or anything like that, then these, not that it absorbs, but things tend to kind of absorb the energy of the space that you're buying it from or the person that you're buying it from. And I always like, if I'm going to use it to cleanse, especially for the type of work that I do, then I want to make sure that I've already blessed it and set the intention that it's going to work with me, work with my vibration, and work to cleanse and completely like sage my space. Which is another thing, if you like to use sage, or if you like to use Palo Santo, however you say it, I always butcher this, how you pronounce things, but don't let that make you feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. I promise you I do. So if you use sage and that type of stuff, like sweetgrass, in order to cleanse your space, Palo Santo and sweetgrass are amazing with the smell and with cleansing the space, and then also bringing abundance in. But sage is phenomenal too, but sometimes the smell of sage can be a little strong. Florida water is awesome for that. So if you wanted to use it to cleanse your space, then you could put it in a spray top bottle. I don't have one around me right now, but you can pour this water itself into the spray top bottle and then kind of spritz your energy, your space that you're working in. Yeah, so if you're using for your tarot deck, especially if you get a new one and you want to break that sucker in, just get your hands wet and touch each card, and then say a little prayer, a little blessing. If you want me to do a video on how I bless and set intentions for my deck, then I can do that too. Just let me know in the comments, okay? So that was one of my things that I had to do for the month of June. That's just my favorite. I love it. Love it so much. The other thing that I love, and I'm like looking at these items because I'm like, okay, which one do I do next? Which one do I do next? But the other thing that I love is really, really random, kind of controversial, but it's the skull. I don't know if you guys know this. Many of you guys that are following me on Instagram already know this, but I just came back from a trip from New Orleans, and the trip was for vacation. It also was to allow my boyfriend to see my favorite city in the world, which he loved it so much. To those that I met down there, Jessica Winton from House of Hoodoo, Tatiana from Tatiana Tarot. We were supposed to meet up, but we didn't. But and the other people that I met, and you know who you are. I don't want to like go down the list because I don't know if you want me to or not. But thank you so much for welcoming us and being so wonderful. And thank you for the tips, and thank you for the places that we visited and how nice and sweet and accepting you guys were across the board. Everyone was so amazing. But this was an item that I picked up while I was roaming the streets in New Orleans with my boyfriend, and I just, as soon as I saw it, I gravitated towards it. It was a little expensive, but it's something that I just felt like I had to have. So, basically, who I got this from she's called the Voodoo Bone Lady. And if you ever go down to New Orleans and you want to do a tour of New Orleans, and if you want to learn a little bit about voodoo, you should absolutely 106,000% do a tour with her. She is phenomenal. She's phenomenal. I love her. I was kind of a little starstruck, which is so funny because I've met celebrities in the past before, and I never really get starstruck. But for some people and certain things, like some of my favorite astrologers, I will freeze up and I will just kind of like sit and stare. But I won't do it for like a big celebrity. Like one time I met Bradley Cooper and I took a selfie with him. I'm not kidding. And I was like not nervous at all. I was like, whatever. And I had the biggest crush on him, and I just was like, whatever, he's just another person. But then I see like the Voodoo Bone Lady, who's just a normal everyday woman just like you and I, just has a really awesome business. I was like a little starstruck. I wanted to like give her a hug and, you know, tell her all about myself and ask her a million questions about how she started her business and whatever. So she has this great little shop, and she has a lot of herbs. She does like oils, similar to the work that I do. Hers is more voodoo. I don't really understand, well, I didn't look into her work. I was looking for a website, but anyways, she had this skull that was there, and she had a few skulls, so within her one shop. So she has the tours that she does, and she also has this shop that I really totally recommend. It's in the French Quarter, and if you want me to, I'll post the link to visit her shop below, the address for it. But this is one of the items that I got. It's like perfect replica of the human skull. And I've loved skulls since the beginning of time. I know it always freaked my parents out because they're like, it's so dark, it's so morbid. But I mean, this is I have a lot of skulls. My boyfriend has a lot of skulls, but this is by far one of my favorite ones. I've been putting it on my altar space. It reminds me of the power of death and transformation. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. So this is one of my favorite items that I got from New Orleans, but one of my favorite items for the month of June. Okay, so speaking of the dead, right? Crazy. But I stumbled upon, and I saw this before on Instagram, but I liked it, but it's never until I get my hands on it and I can pick it up and touch it that I can feel whether or not something's going to be a yes or a no for me. Up until then, I'm pretty particular, and I take my time when it comes to purchasing anything. But while I was in New Orleans, and I saw this deck, and I fell in love with it instantly. It's called Flowers from the Dead. I don't know if you can see that, but it's an Animal Bones Oracle deck. There's 47 cards within this deck. The woman who runs it is super sweet and nice from what I can tell. I did reach out to her on Instagram through her Instagram messages, and I was like sliding into her DMs, and I was like, look girl, this deck is awesome. And I don't say that lightly. Truthfully, I do not say that lightly. There are a million tarot decks out there and oracle decks out there, and I have a lot, and I have very few favorites. This never happens. Truthfully, you guys, this never happens. I never gravitate and shuffle from one deck consistently multiple times a day. I'm borderline, I don't want to say obsessed, but I'm very, very passionate about the tarot. I'm very, very passionate about astrology and it's a part of what makes me great and what I do and what makes my work good and what makes you guys excited too, and we vibe. But anyways, but truthfully, okay, so her name is Misha Hunting Dumois. I'm probably not saying her last name right, but I'm doing the best I can here with that. But this deck, you guys, is phenomenal. It did not come with, well, let me give you some pictures first. So let's go ahead so Buffalo Abundance, this is one of the cards. The imagery is amazing. The quality of the cards is amazing. The finish is absolutely stunning. The back is just perfectly black. It's like just black. It looks like it's brushed or something, like the type that the background that she picked. But I mean, it's just so good. Look at the images of this. I know for some of you guys who love and light type of energy, or the lighter side, and you see that this is dark, it may kind of in some ways maybe be a little off-putting for you initially, but when you start to see the deck, then you'll really start to get a vibe of it and a feel of it, and you'll see that it really truly is a positive thing. It's not like goth or anything. Not that there's anything wrong with goth, but I know that I've noticed that there's some hesitation with some people when it comes to buying more darker side or goth side, but it's all in how you use anything. So you could have a regular positive tarot deck. The Judgment card has been showing up nonstop lately, you guys, nonstop. But you could have a regular tarot deck and then use it for ill and use it for bad. It's all in how you use it and how you bless it. So just kind of go with your vibes when it comes to picking a tarot or oracle deck. But this one, I just vibed with instantly. What I love about it is that it did not come with a description book. Like, it's not like you can pull a card and be like, okay, what does the squirrel mean? Responsibility, balance. I don't know if she designed it that way purposefully, or if I just happened to buy a deck without a book. But I asked my friend Jessica from House of Hoodoo if she had a book in hers, and she said no. But I freaking love that. I love that, because when I'm teaching tarot classes and when I'm teaching, when I'm teaching tarot to my clients one-on-one or tutoring and mentoring them, I tell them, yo, stop going to the book. Like, stop referring to the book. Follow your heart first and go through. And it's not easy work, you guys. If you want to learn the deck and if you want to be awesome and dope at it, you have to put the work in. It's not something that just happens after a year. I've been studying the tarot for over 16 years now. Literally, it's like 16 years. And I'm really good at what I do, obviously, but I still learn new things. I still find new ways of deepening my practice and furthering it even further. And I shuffle for 16 years almost every single day since I picked up my first deck 16 years ago. So I love the fact that she did not include a booklet with this, because I really feel like it's more powerful to go with your feeling, to go with your gut instinct, and to put those pieces of the puzzle together yourself. So this deck is absolutely phenomenal. I'll link it below if you wanted to. And these two cards have been showing up a lot lately, Buffalo and the Bee. Buffalo equals abundance and earth, and the bee equals hard work and success. And the bee here represents, for me, that was one of the first cards that jumped out when I shuffled with it, and it means so much to me because I run BehatiLife. That's my business. That's my company. I have the bee around my neck, and the bee, is this, like an image very similar to this, is the mascot and my logo on my website for my company, for a very important and good reason. So, and it's not because it's like BehatiLife. No. I get that a lot. It's because the bee means something to me. But if you'd like to hear that too, then I could talk about that later. All right. What else? There's something else that I wanted to... Oh. Lastly, one of my favorite things for the month of June that I introduced into the apothecary is the Hollywood Beauty Butter. Basically what it is, I don't have it with me right now because this thing has been selling out. As soon as I restock it, it sells out. Restock, sell out. I had one for myself. I used it all. Not even kidding. I made myself a small. I should have made a large. So basically what it is it's Palo Santo, lime, and cedarwood. And I gotta tell you guys, this thing is phenomenal. It smells so good. I've been whipping it up light and creamy. Palo Santo itself has the most amazingly delicious, soothing scent ever. The lime, the blend itself was something that I took some time to really think about. I wanted it to be symbolic and meaningful. And that's what it is. The Palo Santo is all about cleansing and purifying and bringing in good vibes, bringing in positivity. I love sage. But sage kind of clears out the space, but once the space is clear, it's just an empty void. It's just an empty space. So I like to fill up the space once I've cleansed it with some good positive vibes. Sweetgrass and Palo Santo are freaking phenomenal for that. So that was something that I wanted to incorporate, and I wanted to carry it on my body. And it's something that you can rub in. It's really, really creamy, really, really decadent. The lime itself is all about cleansing, purifying your energy space, but also it brings abundance. It uplifts. It clarity is everything. Vision is everything. The lime itself is always connected to love, beautiful love, like lasting love, and that's something else that I put in there. And cedarwood is all about grounding and focusing and centering and longevity, and all of those things are found within this beauty butter, and they're up in the shop, in the apothecary shop. I can link that below. I wish I'm the worst salesperson for myself and for other people, but maybe not. But that thing sells out. As soon as I put it up, it sells out in the shop. Like within, I'm not even kidding, within an hour. And I make some pretty large batches of it. So, of course, all of my ingredients are 100% all natural and, you know, made by hand, made by scratch, put lots of love and light into it, and everything is charged with Reiki and intentions. So they are in limited amounts. So I'm not going to make any more than I'm already making. But yeah, it really does. It sells out so fast. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Those are my June favorites. If you love this video and if you want to see more, or if there's more videos like this that you want me to post and put out there, then definitely leave your ideas in the comments below or message me at BehatiLife. But in the meantime, I love you so much. And thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this video because it makes a difference. I see it and I get encouraged and then I make more.